Funny, isn't it, how royal history gets rewritten in the sort of pursuit of selling a book. We've had a slew of them this year, some good, some bad. Many, of course, one would suggest they're just to try and hype it up, get some sales, and they all come out with these ludicrous statements about, a new revelation. The only one really that I've thoroughly enjoyed, well, maybe two in fact, are Courtier's Valentine Low and, of course, Tom Bower. It says it like it is, blunt to the point, but you do believe his sources. And I would say that that's where it becomes really interesting. Not so much so with this recent royal book about a planned reconciliation between our late and beautiful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, and her sort of errant grandson, Prince Harry, along with his cable TV actress wife, Meghan Markle. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. I bet you've spent all your money in the black market, haven't you? Black Friday, whatever they call it. It's gone on forever, hasn't it? I don't know about you, but I don't really buy into those things because you really need something if it's like a washing machine or a broken Hoover vacuum. But if you don't need it, it's just an extra purchase that you don't necessarily need, isn't it? But the way they portray it on screen and on ads and stuff, oh, if you're not, if you're not flipping open your purse every 2 minutes, something wrong with you. You have spent up. All right, I'll shut up then. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, what's interesting here is that, as I say, when people are trying to sell things, flog things, they have to come up with revelations. And this story really all centres upon the fact that when you recall, Prince Harry popped in on his way to the Invictus Games in the Netherlands to see, of course, the Queen. And then he jumped on a television camera to say that actually he popped up to see the Queen to make sure the right people were around her. Rather damaging, rather cruel, and really, how very unkind. It caused a lot of distress at the time for the late monarch, simply because she did have the right people around her. There were lots of people who'd been there for many months looking after her, giving up their homes, their lifestyles and families to make sure that the monarch was loved and cherished, and rightly so. But, for Prince Harry to jump on camera and say, oh, well, this is what I'm doing, that's the reason why I popped in, rather cruel to say the least. What is interesting here, though, is that a brand new author is basically claiming that there was a reconciliation along the way now, and that given the pop-in visit and other things, which of course he turned up for, like the Platinum Jubilee, our late monarch felt that things could be moving forward in the right direction. Well, it's a nice story, but as ever, we like to tell you the first and exclusive here on the show, simply not true. It's a great way of selling a book, by spinning a positive. Most of the books this year have gone on the negative, as you can imagine, Valentine Low, Tom Bower. But what this particular author is trying to do is spin it in a positive in order to try and get the lucrative American market, of which they believe Harry and Meghan are popular in. You get the picture. But the true story is this, as I say, the late monarch was mystified at Prince Harry going on television and saying such a personal thing. Of course, she never lost sight of her faculties. We could see that as she was inducting her very final Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Liz Truss. But as I say, with these particular stories, it's good, because they try and think, okay, this will sell it. And perhaps, of course, people will pick this up and think, oh, there's a book written in a favourable light about our wonderful monarch. And for once, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. But according to my good source, and that is a very good source within palace walls, there was nothing of the sort going on. If anything, our late monarch was dismayed, disheartened, and more importantly, very upset that both these two people had decided not to pay a visit to her while she was taking her summer break up in Balmoral. So whichever way you wish to spin it, that truly is the reality. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.